What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another video. This is Brandon with EndFaze Games, and today I wanted to do something that I haven't done yet before. I wanted to do a little deck profile, deck tech on a deck that I really like running. It's not too hard to pilot, not too expensive, and with a lot of the newer players that are coming into Sorcery, I just wanted to show off a cool deck and maybe get some community thoughts on how you think I could make it a little bit better. It's won some games, it's lost some games. I have this built in paper, and I've ran it on TTS a few times. So I just wanted to show off my deck. I call it Silent Insults. So we'll just scroll through the list real quick, and then I'll go into a little bit more in depth in each card. Run Sorcerer, couple auras with Silence and Atlantean Fate, couple cores, and the full set of trinkets. I did say that this deck isn't too expensive to run. I believe the cores are the most expensive cards in this deck. Everything else extremely affordable. With it running Sorcerer, and as you can see below, it's running Kettletop Leprechaun. I'm not even sure that the cores are necessary. So if anybody in the comments down below have any suggestions on what I can run instead of the cores, please let me know. But this deck is run pretty well. It's popped off a few times, and I really like running it. I'll just show the full list of the minion package here, and then we'll go into depth here in a little bit. There's the magic package, and then the sight package right now just kind of mainly focuses on, hitting your thresholds. There's nothing too fancy in here. It's got a pillar of zeros to gain some life, pawns to cheat out some beasts, color out of space just to get some super threshold. It's got Tintagel to get some threshold, Valley of Delight to select what threshold you need. Got your typical lighthouses. It has your tower package, some common villages, maybe to throw out some foot soldiers, and floodplains. Just is always helpful as far as running water. So if let's run up to the top here. The main reason to run Silence, it's kind of a double effect. You can play it on your opponent's side to kind of force them to play minions in places that they don't want to play them. But its main thing is for Pudge Butcher to turn off Pudge Butcher's text box. So if you play a Pudge Butcher in Silence, his text box goes away, and he can move within that silence. So if you play that on your square with half on their side of the realm, you can move and attack with Pudge Butcher. And then if somehow they were to dispel or disenchant your silence, Pudge Butcher is still going to do his thing. He's a big body to deal with, and Pudge Butcher is Pudge Butcher. Boss Troll. Oh, let's go back up. If you're running water, you're running Atlantean Fate. Not much to say about this card. It turns off your opponent's thresholds, submerges their stuff. Just super good. If you're playing water, you're playing Atlantean Fate. Like I said, I'm running the two cores. I'm not too sure if they're really necessary here. I was running the ring at one point, but I took it out because a lot of tournaments right now are banning the ring in Archimago. So I took it out kind of, to prepare for certain tournaments. Like I said, I'm not even sure, like with running Sorcerer and with Kettletop Leprechaun down below, when he gets to do his thing, you get to draw a sight as the death right. So they're good, decently, like turn. Obviously, they're good turn one. I don't know if you would want to open with two in your hand. One or the other would probably be good. So yeah, full set of trinkets here. Just makes your beefy boys a little bit more beefy. And when you got, a 2/3 boss troll, if you can get him to swing for 4, that's really good. He's just a really good vanilla. Highland Princess is there just to thin your deck and pull out a trinket. Leprechaun, such a great art. One of my favorite cards out of Arthurian Legends. His deal is to just block and die. If you can get a hit off with him, and hit for 2 before he does his thing, if you don't need a sight yet, that's even better. But his main thing is to just protect you and get you a sight. And there's nothing better than getting a sight and being able to draw twice with Sorcerer. It's just so good. Autumn Unicorn. Oops, clicked on the wrong one here. Autumn Unicorn goes great with Pond. You can cheat it out on turn 2. Doesn't have to meet the threshold because of the Pond. And he's a 4. If you can trinket that, turn 3, you have 3 mana. Well, he wouldn't have charge, but you get what I'm saying. Autumn Unicorn, so good. You can cheat it out. You'll have it there as a blocker. He's going to withstand a lot of good stuff with being a 4. And then the next turn, if you have a trinket or a double trinket, 5 or 6. Super good. Great card. Lugbog Cat, another one. This is probably my favorite art out of Arthurian Legends. You can cheat out the Lugbog Cat early if you want to throw it on a pond. You can floodplain one of your opponent's sites, play the cat on their side of the realm, or if they're playing water, you can just, if they got a color out of space, turn 1 on their avatar, slam the cat on their avatar site and make them sweat. Just such a good card. Gyre Hippogriffs, I wanted to get a little bit of charge. Again, with the pond, you can cheat them out. Airborne is fantastic. You can hit at an angle. And like I said, you're seeing the theme of the deck here. Trinket, Hippogriff, Airborne, awesome. Helpful Hob is probably my other favorite card out of Arthurian Legends. I love the art as well. And he's just there to just be helpful. He's there to untap your Sorcerer. Main thing to untap your Sorcerer. But there's nothing better than... I'm trying not to cough here because I'm still kind of sick. But there's nothing better than being able to untap a Pudge Butcher. It's so good. And Helpful Hob is just your helpful buddy in the deck. Only running 3 of those. Maybe take out a core, put in another Helpful Hob. But with him being a 4/3, he's a little expensive to get out because of his effect. So I think 3 is the right number. Pudge Butcher, I already talked about Pudge. You're running 3 of them. You could probably cut them down to 2, but I like seeing them. I have the worst luck ever when it comes to sorcery. If I run 2, I never see it. If I run 3, somehow I'll start with an opening hand of 3 Pudge Butchers. Then I got to throw 2 on the bottom. Not good. That's just a me thing. But he's your beefy guy in this. Dapple Vampire I have in here. I've considered using Hounds of Honduras, but I think Dapple Vampire just might be a little bit better. Hounds is a little bit harder to get rid of. Dapple Vampire, though, there's so much value in the vampire gaining you life back when you need it, especially without the ring in this deck. And with the, like I said, with the ring being banned out of certain tournaments, I'm just trying to get used to not using the ring and rely on the ring as much. So I'm sticking with the vampire for now, but you let me know what you think about that call. Questing Beast is another card for me that if you're running water, you're running Questing Beast. It has stealth. It's going to take a step ahead. So 9 times out of 10, unless you're in some sort of very weird predicament and you need it as a blocker late game, it's going to be on your opponent's side of the field with stealth still at the end of when you play it. So it's just such a good card. It's going to get 1 free hit almost 100% of the time, and it's a 5, so you're hitting for big once the beast is out. Now I get into the magic package. I think Blink, just to move around. Movement is the name of the game in sorcery. And right now my phone is doing a weird thing. Blink, just teleport to a location nearby, draw a card. The magic package is all about drawing and tapping your opponents. Grievous Insult is one of the main reasons for the deck name Silent Insults. This is one of my favorite cards out of Arthurian Legends as well. It may be cast by any ally, so it doesn't need to be a spellcaster. And silence nearby minion this turn and tap it, draw a spell. if you're in a weird situation and you want to silence one of your own minions just to get a draw, you can do that. But this card's main thing is to take away their blocker and draw. So it's such a great card. I'm running 4 of it. I've tinkered around with 3, but like I said, my luck is bad, and if I run 3, I never see it. I've actually ran a game where I had like the worst draw I could ever remember since I've been playing Sorcery, and it was a TTS thing, so I don't hold too much value to it. But I had a game where I only drew blinks, grievous insults, and grapple shots. It was unreal. Grapple shot I have in here because Pudge Butcher throwing a grapple shot is very good, and it's a staple at this point. We know what grapple shot does. It's crazy that grapple shot is an ordinary. It's just such a good card. Not much to say about that one. Gigantism, another card that when you get to play this card, because there's not a lot of there's no real reaction spells in Sorcery. I believe there's dodge roll and what's the one out of Arthurian Legends that I can't remember right now? I think it's called Valor. Bumping up something by 6 is just crazy. You bump up a cat with somehow if you have a trinket out, because Gigantism only costs 4 if you're on your 5 mana turn, or if you have the threshold and you play a tower and you have extra mana. It would be crazy to have a cat hit for 11. Like that's just crazy. I did in a tournament, I did something with Gigantism in one tournament that I was in, which was awesome. Earthquake, just shake up your opponent's side, burrow their minions and their artifacts. That's great. It's removal, can move some stuff into your range if you need it into your range. If you can Earthquake their avatar ahead, if you really need to, you can Earthquake your sites, and because they're probably going to be water, you can floodplain them, and then that burrow effect will not affect your earth only sites that are technically earth only. So Earthquake, another staple, it's a 2 of. Whirling Blades is the one thing that I haven't decided how I feel about it in here. So if anybody has some thoughts about it, of what I could do, let me know. It's got the high cost, but it's such a good effect. Strikes, so you get to hit again with your move and attack ability. We all know how Whirling Blade is with Dapple Vampire. That's just Magic Christmas Land, but it's been done, and it's a good card. Love the art on this as well. Just trying to figure out if it's really necessary in this deck. And then down below, like I said, there's the sites. I've thought about Beacon. Common Village is there. Your turn 1 play. It's a good turn 1 play. Put out a foot soldier. So that way you have a chump blocker ready. So I'm running the full package of those. I'm just running 1 of each tower. I've played around with the numbers on those as far as like maybe sometimes in some of my decks I put 2 lone towers, because that way I can, mentally I can remember that I have 2 lone towers. It's just one of my things that I do. I like Briar Patch. Whenever an enemy unit enters or leaves a site, it takes 1 damage. So it's not a site that's gonna, hurt you. It's only gonna hurt your opponent. So that's always good. Like I said in part of the intro, Pillar of Zeros, you can throw it down later, and you have no way to recur your minions, so you don't care if you banish them. This will hurt Death Speaker. Death Speaker's really good right now again. And life gain, very good. I'm trying to think of anything else. It's only running 1 Tintagel, so that way if somebody does earthquake my big castle here, out of the back row, I'm only losing 1 site of mana, unless somehow I get, Magic Christmas Land and I get a color out of space and a pillar next to, or a Tintagel in my back row. Then I'm kind of rough. You can still kind of recover from that. It's got all of the appropriate dual sites, your aqueducts, your lighthouse, your windmill. Like I said, this mainly focuses on just hitting those percentages. The percentages are pretty well spot on. The curve is good. Like I said, this is a fun deck to play. Nothing super amazing, but I just wanted to put it out there because these are the types of decks that I really like running, and I think newer players will like them as well. So I think a newer player would appreciate a deck tech like this. One of the newer features that I just saw on Curiosa is they're doing a deck history thing, and that was one of my changes. I took out the Ring of Morgan. That's the only changes that I've made to this deck. Was I took out the Ring of Morgan and put in another trinket. So that is Silent Insults. Let me know if you end up playing the deck. This is a public deck on Curiosa. I'm not going to go into the primer since I kind of just talked about it all right here. So it does have a primer there. Yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to put this out there and get another video out on the channel. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. See ya.